everybody, welcome back to another episode of Headbangers Hideout. I'm Tony. If you haven't already, click subscribe and hit that notification bell because you do know I'm uploading videos every single day, and that's the way it should be. Alright, today's featured video is going to be a special treat. We're going to be comparing and contrasting the similarities and what was going on in the early 80s in heavy metal. Tony, what do you mean? Let me demonstrate. We're going to cover briefly Randy Rhoads, Jakey Lee, Vivian Campbell, and Yngwie Malmsteen. 1980, 1983, 1984, and 1985. In no particular order, but this is as a frame of reference as the 80s progressed. I started noticing a trend. So let's go ahead and give you a quick little demo. Don't mind my playing. I'm sure I'm playing some of this wrong. It's not a lesson video, but it is an observation video that I just thought it was fascinating. If you have any more suggestions for me to add to this video, leave your comments and suggestions and requests below, and I'll do a follow-up video on this, alright? But this is what I picked up recently because I've been cranking out heavy metal and listening to heavy metal 24/7, alright? So let's go ahead and begin. 1980 Randy Rhoads, we all know Blizzard of Oz. Randy Rhoads did an awesome number and it went something like this. Just look at the riff and then see a pattern. That was Randy Rhoads in 1980. In 1983, I haven't heard anybody else do this until 1983, but when I heard it, it reminded me of Randy Rhoads, and by odd coincidence, it happened to be Jakey Lee. And so Jakey Lee did a number, and it went something like this. I may play it wrong, but who cares? Just listen for the similarities. That was 1983 with Jakey Lee. Then in 1984, the last in line, I think it was the last in line. Oh yeah, because Holy Diver was 1983. Vivian Campbell, we all know how awesome Vivian Campbell is and was back in the early 80s. He was just shredding everybody, you know, into oblivion. When Holy Diver came out and the last in line came out, it was over. It was over. But I think this song was Holy Diver. No, Holy Diver was 83. So the last in line was 84, and this song came out. I may play it wrong, but listen again to the similarities. So we already covered 80, Randy Rhoads, 83, Jakey Lee, and now here is Vivian Campbell in 1984 with this song. That's always been tricky to play, but you get the gist. That was Vivian Campbell in 1984. You hear the pattern so far? One last one. 1985, you had Yngwie. Blew everybody away. Came out as early as 83 with Alcatraz. 84, started doing more solo projects. 85, did Rising Force. And this is Yngwie Malmsteen in 1985. And see if we pick up the similarities. Again, don't come for me when I play this wrong. Right? I found interesting was when I put it on my iPod in succession, because I credit Randy Rhoads, I don't know if he invented it, but when he came out with as soon as you start playing that, you just start moving your legs and get into it. That's what heavy headbanging is. So what do you think? Do you hear the similarities? Because remember, as early as the 80s, maybe late 70s, but throughout the 80s, the common rhythm was see that? Even with the A. And then here comes Randy Rhoads. If you think about it, in 1978, Van Halen did not have a track with. They had I'm on Fire and I'm the One, and that was like a shuffle, but it wasn't like. 1980, there was no Van Halen song that had. But Randy Rhoads, you know, getting out of Eddie's shadow, just went. Def Leppard didn't have it. Quiet Riot didn't have it. I'm trying to think. Judas Priest or Iron Maiden may have done that. Obviously, it was headbanging. But the next guitar player that did it was J.K. Lee, as far as I know. But you can correct me if I'm wrong down below with you hear that? And then you had Ingve. And then you had I just thought that was so cool because whenever you heard those tracks, you just knew the solo was going to be. So I don't know how many of you guys out there are songwriters or writing heavy metal songs, but is really popular, and obviously they're hits because find out if you can for me, because I'm going to credit Randy Rhoads with the and then Vivian Campbell was awesome. And that song kicks butt. If you haven't seen it, look up Dio 1984, Philly Spectrum, We Rock. I think it's like the last song in the concert or towards the end. But We Rock, Dio live with Vivian Campbell live at the Philadelphia Spectrum. That song kicks butt. Warren. Vivian Campbell was right up there with early Lynch and early Warren DeMartini. Remember, this is 84 now. And then that's when Dokken came out, but Dokken didn't have anything that like. And Ingve picked up on it. And then J.K. Lee picked up on it. You know, Tony, you're pretty, okay, whatever. It's not a lesson on J.K. Lee. But I thought that was pretty cool. And if you can find another heavy metal band that maybe I'm overlooking, that had a hit with a I think later on, Loudness had some songs with. Maybe Judas Priest had one. I know Racer X probably had it later on. But as far as the early 80s, I think Randy Rhoads started a trend with the. Because where else would Jake Lee get it from by doing this? I get messed up on that. Now, did Ingve copy Vivian Campbell? Who knows? But this. That was Randy Rhoads, 1980. 1983 was Jake Lee with Mark at the Moon. 1984 was We Rock with Vivian Campbell. And 1985 was Ingve Malmsteen with I'll See the Light Tonight. Oh, if you want this tone patch, it's a brand new tone patch for this channel. I just call it Glam Metal 88. Glam Metal 88. It's just a name. I can put 86 if I want to. I can put 85 if I want to. I just chose 88. That's it for today's podcast. I just wanted to chime in to see, wow, there were a lot of similarities with these guitar players. Maybe they picked up on their music. Maybe they were influenced by their music, but it just sounds very, very similar. There it is. I'm Tony. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, leave them below. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you picked up on something. But again, if you see or hear of any more of the... let me know, because I want to hear it, and then I want to do another video if I can. But those are the videos I picked up from 80, 83, 84, and 85 by four of the best guitar players in that era. Randy, rest in peace. Jake Lee. Vivian Campbell was right up there. He was right up there. What else? And then Ingve Malmsteen. I don't know if Jordan Lynch ever doing a song with. And I know a lot of Dokken. I know the entire Dokken catalog. I don't hear it. I know there was a double bass a lot of songs, but not with the. And that's not something that George Lynch would do. I don't know if Warren DeMartini doing that either. I don't know if Matthias Jabs doing that either in 1985. Maybe K.K. Downing and Glenn Tipton. They probably did a lot of that, but I have to go back and listen to their catalog to see when and if they did that. I don't know about Def Leppard doing. I also don't know of Motley Crue. Maybe Motley Crue did it, but I don't know. I just thought it was interesting how Randy Rhoads devised it or came up with it, because before Randy Rhoads, it was Van Halen, and then it was like Kiss and Aerosmith and Cheap Trick and 70s rock and hard rock, but they weren't going. See you folks tomorrow or in the next video. Thanks everybody, and one last time, click subscribe, hit the notification bell, because this is the Headbangers Hideout, where you all get together and we just talk and play 80s heavy metal. Your topic, your band, your guitar player, I'll see what I can do, and give me your requests and feedback. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you folks in the next video.